Okay, let's discuss how we can use other generator objects. So let's go ahead and grab another one of these, and I want to do a loft next. So let's go ahead and click on loft. Now let's talk about what a loft is. So what a loft does is it actually needs, just like a sweep, it needs multiple splines. And what it does is it actually connects those splines together. So when we have multiple, it just connects those lines together and generates a 3D object. So let's see this in action. So what I want to do is let's just click on our spline and let's grab a flower. And that's fine here. But what I want to do, I actually want this flat here. So in order to do that, just make sure you have flower selected and you should see plane. So instead of XY, which is straight up and down, let's go ahead and choose XZ. And you can see that it gives us it where it's flat. So that way I don't have to go in and grab the rotation tool and make sure that it's rotated correctly. It's just perfect. All right. So we need multiple of these. So what I want to do is I want to connect multiple of these flowers together. Now I could go in and grab another flower and then go back and change the plane, or I can easily duplicate this. So in order to duplicate the flower, I'm just going to hold command while I click and drag. So I'm holding command, and if I click and drag down, you'll see that I get this plus with this arrow pointing to the left, and I'll let go. And you can see that now I have a duplicate flower. And let's just move this up. So let me just go to my move tool. So right now it's on scale. Click on move. And let's just move this up a little bit. Just like that. And I want one more of these. So let me go in to this flower.1. Hold command. And then click and drag down. And let go. And let's go in and move this one up as well. So what I have is I have 3 of these flowers. So when I push it into the loft, it's going to connect all 3 of these splines here. So just to clean this up, let me move my loft up to the top. And I can do all of these together. So if I click on the flower first, and then hold shift, and click on the last one, I now have all of these selected, and I can go in and push this up where it's pointing down and let go. And notice what has happened here. Now I do not like how many petals there are. It's almost looking star shaped. So I could go into each flower and just change the number of petals. Now look at what's happening. So it's still trying to connect it, but it's really ugly. So you got to go in and do each one. Probably should have did that first, but it's all right. And then this one, and there we go. And that's looking a little bit different here. And 6 is actually a pretty ugly number. So let me go ahead and change this to 5. Let's see what we got. I like that a little bit better. All right. So let's go in and see what we can do to make this better. So one of the other things I like to do is let's go ahead and turn on display and then group shading lines. I actually like seeing my lines. And you can see that now this is connected. Now this could represent, when you see like 2D models and all that, you see those weird buildings, and this can kind of be like one of those. Of course it would have to be a little bit taller, but it could represent that. But let's say I want to go into my middle flower and I want to change the dynamics a little bit of this. Let's say I want to scale this in. So if I hit the scale right here, and then you can just click anywhere, and I'm just going to click and drag to the left, I can scale this in. So now it's almost looking sort of like a tree trunk. You can also go to like the second flower and you can move it up. So if I go to my move tool, and I can move this and make this more of a tree looking object. So this is a cool way to just connect splines together And it also can be like a start of like a dinosaur leg. Of course, I'll have to go in and do a little bit more modeling and everything, but it almost looks like a hoof of a dinosaur leg here. But more modeling would have to take place, but you can just see how you can start simple shapes with a loft and a couple of splines.